Well, good morning, everybody. Last Monday in April, hard to believe, but it is. Next week is May. This week is May. Welcome to our little collaboration cafe and Mastermind Monday. For those, I don't think we have anybody joining us for the first time, but don't be afraid to invite our colleagues and friends out there to this. This is non-denominational, as they should say, right? And we went to a very interesting event on Friday, and it was all about unique value proposition, okay, UVP. And as we are transitioning into the buyer broker agreement world come July 1, why would a buyer want to work with us or a seller? And so we need to create a UVP, unique value proposition. So we've got some information from that meeting. But Karen, I Googled UVP this morning, and I found a great video by no other than Hank Sorensen. So I thought I would share that this morning. And a little background, Hank was one of my attorneys early at Charles Rutenberg. I think he might be the smartest guy I've ever had a conversation with, number-wise. He is just amazing. And when I came across this, I took a selfie this morning as I was watching it and sent it to Hank, and he said, "Good morning." I said, "What the hell are you doing watching that guy so early in the morning?" I said, "You're going to be the guest star today." So I'm going to share my screen, and once we start this, give me the thumbs up, Jimmy, and make sure the volume is good. I think it is, but let's just make sure. Bear with me, let me find it. Turn up the volume a little bit. Here we go.
Have you always wondered how to put together a unique value proposition on exactly what you do every day so that when a
volume okay, guys?
Turn it up a little.
Okay.
Seller asks you the inevitable question, how are you different than another agent? You can have a valid answer. Today, I'm going to help you create that so that you can use it in connection with your business. So let's get started. Hey, this is Hank Sorensen with the YouTube channel, Go Get a Listing. Today, we're going to go over how to create your unique value proposition statement for a seller so that when they have the question for you at the listing table about how are you different than another agent, you'll have something valid to tell them. And honestly, they should not even be asking you that question if you follow my plan today, because they will already know what the difference in your services are versus any other agent before you even get to the table. So let's go over this. What is a unique value proposition? So first, I'll tell you what a unique value proposition is not. A UVP, unique value proposition, is not a certification or designation from the National Association of Realtors. Please don't rely on anything that you can add after your name as an alphabet soup that you're going to email out to sellers and expect them to know or even care what that is. So don't worry about getting a certified residential specialist or any other designation unless you're going to use that specific knowledge in connection with the people that you're servicing. For example, if you're going to go get a certification to assist military members or seniors for senior housing, that's fine, go get the certification, but don't rely upon that exclusively as your unique value proposition that you bring to the table. Instead, what you want to focus on is something that, because of cost, commitment, or experience, that you're going to have that very few agents, if any at all, can say that they have that expertise that they're bringing to the table. So let's talk about how to put together a unique value proposition to begin with. Now, you got usually two different ways that you can bring business in the front door nowadays. You're primarily going to bring business in via the portals if you get a lot of Zillow leads, Realtor.com, Trulia, Boomtown, leads from any digital lead source. If you're going to do that, usually you're focusing on traffic that'll be deposited onto a landing page, and you're going to convert that into customers. Usually those people are not going to ask you how you set yourself apart from other agents. They're going to be focused on other items. They'll ask you to negotiate your commission. They just won't focus on your UVP. Usually the people that are going to focus on your unique value proposition will be people under this paradigm which is usually going to be focused more on sphere of influence if you get your business from there, or you're trying to convert haven't mets in a neighborhood, for example, into mets. So initially they'll be on a casual level, they'll know who you are, but they won't have any interaction with you. You'll convert them to an active connected and then to what we would call a super fan. Now, this paradigm between these two right here is in the first few pages of this book, Super Fans by Pat Flynn. I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you get a copy of that book because it will go over the difference between why you would not necessarily be faced with a unique value proposition here, but it would come up here. So that's primarily where you're going to address a UVP issue is when you're dealing with sphere of influence or haven't mets and converting them into mets. So unique value proposition, what does it consist of? We want to use it in conjunction with marketing of our business. We don't just want to address it at the dining room table for the first time, say, for example, the listing appointment. We want the sellers to know before we even get there what we bring to the table. If they do know that, that makes a heck of a lot simpler listing appointment because you're not having to fight as hard against other potential competition because the sellers know what you bring to the table. As a for example, this might be your unique value proposition that you are a Harvard or Wharton certified negotiator. And for those people that don't know what Wharton is, it's the business school for the University of Pennsylvania. #1 business school in the United States, period, and end of story. If you had Harvard or Wharton certified negotiator as your unique value proposition, you shouldn't just end it there. I would put that tag on all of my email signature blocks. I would put it on my business card. It would be on my Facebook business page. It would be everywhere. That would be a tagline that I would have on all of my marketing. So again, you're using your unique value proposition in connection with the marketing of your property. And I'll show you why here. If an optometrist, eye specialist, goes out and gets board certified, that's a doctor that specializes in eyes. That doctor is not going to hide the fact that they are now board certified in dealing with that specialty. If a lawyer becomes board certified in civil trial, that lawyer is not going to hide the fact that they are now board certified in that specific expertise. Both of those professionals are going to reach out to their potential clientele and raise their hand and say, not only am I very competent in my trained area of specialty, but I am also board certified. My peers have recognized me as the best of the best. And because of that, I have that specialty. That's exactly what you should be doing here. You deal with negotiations every single day in connection with your business. Why wouldn't you advertise the fact that not only are you good at them, but you are trained by not only the best in the United States, some of the best negotiators in the world have given you a certification. So the question you might be asking now is, Hank, how do I get certified by Harvard or Wharton as a certified negotiator? Glad you asked. So if you go into Google and you just type in the words Harvard certification negotiator, Wharton certified negotiator, what's going to come up is a few links that you'll click on and you'll discover in the next 90 days, and this video is published in April of 2021, in the next 90 days, both of those schools are offering classes. Harvard's is around 3,500 and Wharton's is around 5,500. So for the price of less than a commission, and yes, they're both online, for the price of just a little bit less than a commission, you can attend 1 day a week for a few hours a day, a class that will get you a certification that says you are certified by Harvard as a specialist, as a negotiator, okay? Now, again, you're going to use this tagline.
Hey guys, I looked that up this morning and the price for it is $17.50 now. So just so you know, it's this little sticker shock when Hank said 35 or 55, but now it's $17.50.
And you might be saying tagline, but I thought we were dealing with a value proposition, not a tagline. Remember that your unique value proposition should be in all of the marketing of your business. You don't want to hide the fact that you're a board certified litigation attorney. You want to let everybody know that you are Harvard trained as a certified negotiator. I don't know of many real estate agents that can go out there and say that at the dining room table at a listing appointment. Do you? Mm-hmm. So instead of going that route, what you could also do is this: Spring Hill Guy, farm raised. So what that tells me is, number one, This agent is native of that area. And I'm in the Tampa, Florida area. Spring Hill is a more rural area. It's just a bit north of us, about 45 minutes. And there are a lot of farms in that area. Beautiful area. It's fantastic. If you ever get in the Tampa Bay area, you should check it out. So Spring Hill guy, what that tells me is if this is an agent and I'm purchasing a property in the Spring Hill area, this is a native of that area. So he's born and raised. He's going to know all of the specific areas. I'm not dealing with a transplant into Florida that might have arrived 7-10 years ago that might still be learning the area. Now, farm raised, let's talk about that. If I am buying a farm in the Spring Hill area, this guy was raised on a farm, and I don't, without talking to him specifically in advance, I don't know if it was cows, chickens, goats, pigs. I don't know what the specific animals were that he had on his farm. What I do know that he knows is all of the logistics of operating a farm, all of the economics of operating a farm. So if I wanted to talk intelligently as a seller or a buyer to a realtor that knew how to deal with those issues, and I was not training him how to help me, this is exactly the agent that I would hire. Now, is every agent in Spring Hill raised on a farm? No. Were a decent number of them? Yes. But the first time that you use this tagline on your marketing paraphernalia, anybody that comes after you, everybody's going to know they were just copying you. So this, as a Spring Hill guy, farm raised, or Harvard Wharton certified negotiator, those would be fantastic taglines or unique value propositions that you could use as taglines in conjunction with your business. Now, remember, we said we're not going to hide the UVP. What are we going to do? We're going to let everybody know in advance what our unique value proposition is that we bring to the table. How do we do that? In advance. So before we even get to the table, they will know this is what we specialize in. The answer, exactly what I'm doing right now, video. I want you to set up your own YouTube channel, and you're going to do videos that will demonstrate to the public what your expertise is. And as an initial item, I would definitely recommend that you consult this book, YouTube for Real Estate Agents by Karen Carr. You don't have to write down either one of these books. I'm going to drop them in the notes or in the description or comments down below. I'll drop links in there so that you can get access to both of these. Karen also has a Facebook page with the exact same title, YouTube for Real Estate Agents. I would highly recommend that you join that page and mention me, Hank Sorensen, as the person that referred you in. I don't get anything for that, just to let her know where your referral came from. I don't get anything from anybody on this, so don't worry about any affiliate links or anything like that. But with these, either one of these, you could set up a YouTube channel. And what I'd recommend that you do is this. On the Spring Hill Guy Farm Raised, I would do the traditional videos, top 5 reasons to move to Spring Hill, top three beaches in Hernando County area, top 5 independent coffee shops, in Brooksville. These are all areas and specific videos that you could do in the Spring Hill area. Now, what I would do every 3rd video, or maybe even more often, but definitely no later than every 3rd video, what I would do is I would actually go out to a farm. If I was this agent, I would actually go out to a farm, and it may be one of the listings that I have. It may be one of the buyer's properties that I recently represented my client in, and I would go over specific items on that farm. I could pull out the financial statements on the farm if they are actually selling animals, transferring animals in, and running it as a fully functioning farm. You could actually go over the profit and loss statement so that you could show people that as an agent economically how a farm functions. You could also go over repair items, fences, pasture issues, feed, grass, logistics around the farm, reconstruction of the barn. There are a zillion different videos that you could do to show people in advance that everything about farms. You could do the same thing on negotiations. You could do traditional videos, top 5 reasons to move to Tampa, top 3 donut shops in Tampa. But as far as negotiations are concerned, at least every 3rd video, I would do a video specifically drilling down into the psychological means that you used in connection with a deal to get a buyer or seller to do what you needed them to do. Or you could go ahead and redact the name and property address in a contract, put the contract up as a share screen, and you could show people exactly the terms that you drafted into a contract. Contracts aren't confidential. You can go ahead and put that on the screen and show people that you know what you're doing, and you can show them exactly what you do in connection with being a certified negotiator. Okay. So you've got the books that I referenced, and again, I'm going to drop those in links down below, either in the description or comments. And these are just two examples that you could do as a unique value proposition. And again, these are going to be in connection with taking people that are casual acquaintances of yours, or just casual fans of yours, and making them super fans of yours because they love your negotiation skills, or they love to watch the videos that you demonstrate your knowledge of the farms. So I hope this has been educational to you today on how to use a unique value proposition with your business, and one step further, how to market your business so that you can display your unique value proposition that you bring to the table. If you found this video useful today, please like, subscribe, comment, definitely click the notification button and turn on all so that you get an email and notices that I've dropped another video. Thanks.
I think Hank is brilliant.
This is very specifically.
Oops, sorry,
for
let me
men
shut
for
the other
years
one
old
off.
who make at least 150 grand annually.
And I'm going to put the that link in the chat now for everybody. Okay. So if you want to watch it again or subscribe, he's got a lot of good information. So, you know, it got me thinking, Sean, you've been preaching this for a while, video, right? And, you know, and hey, there's birthday boy. You know, we were all going to sing, John, but you were late. So
I got stuck at the gym. They were doing so they got protein shakes and stuff like that. They made for me.
well, happy birthday, Mr. 40 today, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Wow. Many of us remember the day.
Happy birthday, John.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, John.
Thanks,
So Sean, yeah, I want your take first. You know, I think a lot of us, the stumbling block is getting started, like you've said. Don't worry about what you look like, what it's, you know, what the video is, the background. We're trying to get it perfect. But I think this was a great example of what we should be doing. And, you know, those two examples where we can take it, we could be the Palm Harbor expert, the Dunedin expert, the Jersey Shore expert, whatever, and the donut shops, etc. So help us out here. How do we get started?
So if you want to look, it was a YouTube channel I did. Karen and I, when we were partners, when I was doing real estate, it was Living in Tampa Bay. Okay, and you could Google that, or you go on YouTube and say, type in Living in Tampa Bay. So the idea of that channel, which was very successful, it was going into COVID, so I kind of let it go and I didn't continue on with the videos, but it was generic videos like what he was talking about. So I would do a video that was living, you know, cost of living in Clearwater, but then I do the video for every city in our area. So that was like, what, 6 videos right there. People love to, you know, when they search your area and they want to know what it's like to live. What's the cost of living in our area? What are the pros and cons of living in our area? You can mix in real estate stats here and there. You can mix in, you know, showing a house, but doing the video like that will get you more views. And, you know, basically what he's talking about is you show yourself as the expert in the area, right? You're the person that knows Pinellas County, Hillsborough County, whatever. You live there, you know what it's like, you know what the stats are as far as cost of living. People really want to know what it costs. You know, they don't necessarily care about real estate statistics, and you don't have to do a great deal of really in-depth professional looking videos. Just start doing it, you know, by just, and these YouTube videos are, you know, longer form videos, and you can do this, you know, you can do forms of videos to your specific CRM. That's what I think is as important. You're not going to get a bunch of views, but you're going to set yourself apart from all the other agents, you know, by showing yourself as an expert. And with the new thing that's coming in July, I think for buyer's agents, it's going to be even more imperative to become that expert. You know, they're going to be paying, some people are going to be paying your commission. So you better differentiate yourself one way or the other to get that commission. And video is just the best way to do it. You know, don't worry about what you look like. Don't worry about what you sound like. Don't worry about your background. Don't worry about the professional. Just do it. And before you know it, you're going to get good at it, you know, and that's kind of what's happened with me. I mean, I started out and I don't even look at my older videos because I think they're horrible. But as time goes on and you get better, you know, and then you turn these videos into lead generation type of ads. And there's just so much what he's talking about, because a lot of people will say, do the YouTube videos and show tours of homes, you know. Well, that's not that important, but this guy actually said, do something about your area, like the farmer, you know, something like that. So I thought it was definitely very smart.
Yeah, and I think Hank's point was, you know, we individually must have a unique, why would people want to work with us? And this is for people who don't know us. The people that know us, you know, they're going to work with us already, right? But for those out there, when we send out postcard, there's got to be something on here that besides a call to action that'll catch their attention to say, wow, this is the Dunedin expert or the Palm Harbor expert or the Jersey Shore expert, and then back it up with more video. So Sean, I know I appreciate all your input on that. We just need to get it started. I know that.
Just do it. Yeah, just do it. You see mine, you people, and what I say is, look, I'm not doing this to get views, okay? It's just, you can't do it. But my videos are educational. If you watch them, you can literally just copy what I do subject wise, except for the in-depth mortgage stuff, and I send it out, and I do videos in my car. It's my mortgage Q&A, right? So I do a short video in my car. I don't have to edit it. I don't have to do anything. I just have my phone and I do it. And I get more views on those videos than I do when I do my rate video every Friday, where I have a good background and I edit it, and it's, you know, it takes a lot more time. If you just use your phone, and every question, whenever you guys call me and ask me a question, I do a video on that question. Whenever a buyer calls me and asks me a question, I do a video on that question, just because we take it for granted what we know and what we don't know. We think, you know, the basic question about real estate, everybody knows. No, they don't. Most people don't. So whenever you get a question about if you're in your car, just say, hey, I just got this question yesterday and I want to clarify so you understand, you know, just something easy. And that's how easy it is. And you'll start getting views, believe me.
Yep. Hey, Karen, can you imagine the group here, how many questions that we have asked and
my
added,
gosh.
everybody here, how many questions have we been asked and answered over our 20 some years? Go ahead, Karen.
Yeah, we need to write them down, huh?
Yep,
Sean,
yeah.
where do you post the videos that you do on your phone?
So my videos on my phone you see them on YouTube, you see them on
They just go to
Collaboration Cafe, you know,
Yeah, okay.
but I am doing a lot of videos on TikTok and Instagram. I mean, because that's where the people are, whether you want to believe it or not. TikTok's starting to take over this, or it already has taken over Instagram as far as video goes. And yeah, I know with the pending, you know, are they going to be banned or whatever? You can't worry about that. You know, you just do it. Do the short form. Those are short form videos. If you're going to do YouTube videos, you want them to be longer. You know, if you want to get views a little longer. But the short form videos I put on TikTok and Instagram, and I mean, I get a lot of views on TikTok. It surprises me. But I've already closed 2 deals specifically from my videos to a realtor that I never met. Okay, I never met. They're not an EXP agent. This agent called me out of I think it's a Rutenberg agent, called me out of the blue, And she's like, I love your videos and I want you to, work with my client. He's shopping, she tells me, and I got the deal. And so I've already made my money on my videos 10 times over. And it took me probably 50 videos before I got one, but it's just like, grind it, start with just doing one a week.
Yeah.
Okay. Then 2. Now I try to get in 4 to 5 a week, but that's because I'm used to it. But just try one, or do one for your CRM and do one for the cold audience, and before you know it, you're gonna start getting it into a routine, and it'll be a lot easier.
I agree. Thanks. So Karen, what do you think of Karen?
Yeah, I wanted to,
Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
I posted here in the chat. I came across this in Workplace. This is a campaign that the National Association of Realtors is starting. And it's really good because there's a 101 point list of what a buyer agent does.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good thing to incorporate into your listing presentation. And I found it very interesting. So I was
That could
excited.
be 100 videos right there. I mean, literally, you could do a video on each topic.
Yeah, and maybe that's, Sean, that's a great idea. I mean, even if all of you went out and started doing why have a buyer's agent, why do you need a buyer's agent?
Yes.
And that's your channel, because I believe also, with the changes in the industry, people are going to be questioning, who they're going to hire, what that person's going to do for them. And I think it's up to us to educate them.
Will
ahead,
will you recommend, or how long I should say, will that video needs to last? Because they say that if it's less than a minute, it's better for views than if it is too long.
I've seen it. I've heard that. I heard that in the past, and I used to be convinced of that. And then all my higher view videos are over a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It really depends on the subject matter. So, and you can see your stats on your video. How many people watch 1 minute of it? How many people watch the last portion? So the last portion of the video, a lot of times, is the least watch, right? But if you tease in the beginning that there's something coming at the end, I'm saying do that on longer videos. You don't do that on a short video. On a longer video, tease something. I'm going to show you this at the end of the video, so they stay till the end. But these short form videos, mine are usually a minute and a half to 3 minutes. Those are my short forms. My longer forms, 10 minutes. And the ones that I used to post on Living in Tampa Bay were 10 to 15 minutes long, and people watched them. It's amazing.
No,
But
the beauty of Instagram is only 1 minute. So
well,
that's
no.
No,
Because
you can go over it?
Instagram Reels is a minute and a half. If you post it as a story, it can be whatever amount of time
Okay.
you want. TikTok is up to 10 minutes, and YouTube's unlimited. So yeah,
I mean, I have seen people being very successful. There's a guy that actually, he started it as a realtor, and now he has like over 1 million followers because
Yeah.
he goes from restaurant to restaurant, and that's all he does. But in the middle of the restaurant, he says, "This is right next to my listing." So, but he makes you want the food. Like, I follow him just to know what restaurants are good around here. And he's amazing. And he did it with Kyle Heike in St. Pete. So I do know that the videos, as hard as they are, they're good.
Hey, John, I think you wanted to say something. I assume you unmuted. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say about the timing of it. And then if you're gonna do something with like a reel, those guys that helped me do that stuff with what I was like, the videos that I was doing up here, and like putting in the closed captioning and stuff like that. That, for some reason, I don't know why it's so important, but
very important.
it's so important
Very
to do
important.
that stuff. And those things that I did, they're still getting views and stuff. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. TikTok, enter at your own risk, just because they like to chew realtors apart no matter what. Even if you're giving them good information, they're just like, oh, I'm gonna bash this person, you know what I mean? But Instagram and Facebook, I found that where they're pretty good with that stuff.
Very good. Mr. Ong. Go ahead, Jim.
Yes.
Go ahead. What's your view?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean, we've always done that, even when we were in New Jersey. So we were known as investors slash builders kind of thing. So yeah, we get a lot of referrals from people who just come up to us now, even like follow our videos on Facebook on all the new builds and stuff like that. And yeah, we got a bunch of deals from it. And I should be more organized and do a YouTube channel like Sean does. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos like that. And prior to that, when we were in New Jersey, we had a restaurant. So I would do how to order food from my restaurant every week and how to heat it up when you get home.
Mhm.
And we had like super fans that comes and, you know, and I can see them explaining that to other people when they're at my restaurant. They bring people in and they're like, this is how you do this and this is how you do that. The same thing that we're doing now in real estate is people refer their own family to us because they're looking for new builds. Because they've been following my videos since like we would show up at a piece of land and we'll clear the land, put in, you know, I would explain all the steps, and then we would take 3 or 4, sometimes 5 months to finish the build, and they follow every step. So that's very, very helpful. But I do need to be more organized, start a YouTube channel so people can like research and find us, but I haven't done that, so I definitely have to do that.
Okay, and when you do your, make sure you have that unique value proposition. Sean, are you recording from the YouTube app on your phone?
No.
Okay, so
I do
you're,
all- Yeah, I
ahead.
just do all mine from my video app. Sometimes I'll do the TikTok, but I don't want TikTok logo on it. So when I upload it to another, so I just really when I do my phone, it's just boom, just go, and then I upload it. Because then now there's apps like right now, like what John was saying about the closed captioning. That's very important because a lot of people will not necessarily hear the video. They'll read the close. I was just blown away by how many more views I got the minute I did that. And I have an app on my phone that's a closed caption app. So the first thing I do is I shoot the video, then I upload it into the closed caption app, make sure the words are right and in the right position. Then I upload it to TikTok. That's it, And if I need, background editing, things like that for my rate video, I do that with a green screen, or you just do it with Zoom because my background right here is Zoom, right? So you automatically get that. But there's with AI right now, and I'm looking at a lot of other editing apps on AI. AI apps are really helpful. They'll do the closed captioning for you. You can do transitions, but you don't need to. I would say definitely do closed captions, but you don't need transitions. You don't need to make it crazy, because that's when you start getting frustrated. You're like, oh, I don't have time to do all this, just shoot it with your phone, just a normal video, POV, and then just close caption and then upload it into Reels. If you're going to do Reels, it's got to be 1.5 minutes or less, right? But if you upload it as a story, it can be as long as you want. TikTok up to 10 minutes, Facebook as long as you want, YouTube as long as you want.
Go ahead, Ed.
I don't know if this will help you out or not, but I used to belong to the National Speakers Association. And you get people in there, like, Zig Ziglar was in there, Tommy Hopkins was there, and they all follow the same equation when they're doing a speech. And there's 4 questions you have to answer. And it could be in a minute video, or it could be in an hour speech that you do. Number 1, how does this person know? If you watch any of these training videos, they'll do a little, like a little intro, and they'll go, well, how do you think I know? Blah, 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 blah. And people go, oh, he knows. She knows what he's talking about, The second would be, will this help me? I don't know if this is going to help you or not, but if you're into getting more listings in less time, then this may be for you. People go, well, it's for me. It's for me, And the third is, who else has used this? I've trained over 130,000 real estate people. So you might ask, well, how does that know? I know. Will this help you? It's helped 130,000. And then the 4th equation is, how do I do it? And I'm going to give you a 4-step equation here, 4-step process to get you more home. So it's a simple, and so many people struggle with their speeches. It's so systematic. In fact, I do a training class on speaking. If anyone ever wanted to, and I would do it for free for whoever wanted to do it, and we get a group together. I'm not going to do like, 25 different classes on speaking. Is there's three audiences. The teaching person, that's the person's taking the notes, like Karen. She's always taking notes, she's a teaching person, And then there's the 30% want to be entertained. That's the John Moise person, they want to be entertained, And then the 30% want to be motivated. That's the Don person. Oh, he's so good, he's so great. And then 10%, they could care less. They just stumbled into the video, whatever, So it's an equation. It's a system. I always talk about systems. Well, that's a system for doing it. I don't know if it helps you all out, but follow that equation, How does he know? Will this help me? Who else has used it? And how do I do it? It doesn't have to be in that order. Okay.
No, Ed, that's very helpful. You know what, Karen, it reminded me of what Matt Weaver said on Friday about scripts and practicing and scripts and practicing. Do you think Tiger Woods, how did he get so good? Practice, practice, practice. And they still practice, and no matter what. And and what's so interesting about what he said on Friday was everything is a rehearsed script. Okay. And that's why, those people at their level or their profession are that good, and even an example of a waiter, you go to a restaurant, they're going to say the same exact thing every time they come to a table, right? It's a rehearsed script. Karen, did I miss anything there? Go ahead, unmute. You're muted.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I love that. Ed, when you said that, the first thing that popped into my mind was, at this event that we went on Friday about buyer's representation with that NAR board member, it was interesting because the buyer's agents that are going to succeed in this industry are the ones that are going to know their script inside and out, and it'll be able to roll off their tongue. So, Ed, obviously that would be I think for you, if you wanted to train, that would be a great thing to train on is, that script, because, what the gentleman was saying is, what's your elevator? But, why am I going to hire you? What is your elevator pitch? And that goes along with the unique value proposition, obviously, that Hank was training us on. So, if you roll all this together, coupled with the post I just did about the 101 things that a buyer agent does, I mean, you have to be able to have that script roll off your tongue when you're speaking to someone and grab them in the first 5-10 seconds. Right?
Yeah, agreed. Yep.
Prior to my getting shingles, which I recommend everyone get a shingle shot. Okay? We had talked about putting together a buyer's representation like trifold.
Right.
And this is the one I use for listings, but it could be so easy to do for buyers.
Right.
And so when someone says, well, why would I hire you? Well, I don't like working with buyers. So I'm just throwing in my 2 cents to help you guys out. Okay. Because I just don't enjoy it. Okay. I mean, Maria does, but I don't enjoy it. It's like you're getting a root canal,
Hey, Mary Santiago, you do a lot of videos, and I think they're all very, very well done. And so why don't you share your 2 cents on unique value propositions and video?
Well, I used to do video for my husband's business. His has 60,000 followers in Instagram, and we focus on Instagram, and then we also do TikTok, but I think he did the algorithm more. So we do videos. He's very good at doing videos. He does 3 times a day. It's a lot of work. It's really a lot of work. You have to be consistent, because once you reach certain followers, now you're going to hit your algorithm, and then you're going to have to keep pushing and pushing the algorithm, then you go up. The technique with the reels that I think he becomes very successful that we would do is I'll shoot the video for him by strictly 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, just like you said. But the technique is to use the trending music. The trending music will definitely increase and boost your videos. It's a lot of work, so I hardly do mine. I'm trying, but I'm also doing my husband, so it's just too much videos, and it's really so tiring. And for the TikTok, and it gets so tiring if you have more than a minute in TikTok. If you're starting, I suggest like what we started with TikTok. Right now, he only have 16,000 followers. Start with 30 seconds because people get bored. TikTok is more for entertainment, and that's what they do. They just scroll. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. And I think the technique with that, for the TikTok too, is yeah, there's a lot of bashers. But what you do, you could delete your own bad comment. This is your social media. You could do whatever you want. Once I see like the F word or profanity in there, we delete it. If it doesn't help the community, because we always try to make a positive community, delete it. If you're saying crappy, that's not gonna help the video, I delete it. If it's a negative reviews and I could make it positive, I'll do it. Like, let's say they're complaining about, oh, your price is too high. And I'm like, I'm gonna put something positive there. And everybody cannot afford you, and things like that. Instead of making a negative comment, make it positive. However, if it's like bashing you, there's no need, just delete it. But you have to respond to those comments because it increases your algorithm. So, and also you don't need different apps technically. When you're doing a video in Instagram or Facebook, all you're gonna do is go to create reel, and you could save that video and you could use it to post it for your TikTok, for your Instagram, even for your YouTube. So you don't have to do multiple videos in different platforms.
Right. Hey, Sean, with my I subscribe to CoVideo, and I've got a library of different things in there that I can just send out. And in that CoVideo, I'm enabled to click the link below to go to my calendar, to go to this. So if I did that and then uploaded it into the YouTube channel,
Yeah,
would that be
you can do that. Yeah, because I like what Maria said. I don't I don't do 3 videos for 3 different platforms. I do 1 video, and it goes on all the platforms, and that way, you can't. I mean, that's when it really gets crazy. You really want to spend too much time is when you're doing 3 separate. But yeah, any video you do, and a lot of times you can do a long form video on YouTube and chop it up into short videos. I've tried that a few times, but yeah, I only make 1 video and then I post it out to multiple accounts, and that's the easiest way to do it.
the one thing I like about YouTube, I'm sorry, Zoom, is that this custom background, I can use this. So I can have but with the CoVideo, I cannot personalize the background. So
well, I send out all my email because so my videos go TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and then I put it into BombBomb Video. So, and the BombBomb is an email out to everybody, and then everything else just goes to the platform. So, the BombBomb video, the only reason I use that is because I email, because people still open the videos via email. And, so what I did was I went ahead and used the YouTube link in my BombBomb video. So then I can get more clicks on my YouTube videos just to do that. But yeah, CoVideo or BombBomb's not the cheapest. I think it's like $60 a month, $70 a month. But, any platforms like that, you can definitely just reuse the topics. You can download the video from CoVideo and then you can upload it into YouTube.
got it. Thanks. Anybody else have a comment that I haven't called on? I think the topic was, unique value proposition, and then obviously we got into the video, but I think obviously we all need to do videos, but also let's take the time to make them worth watching, right? Because like Sean, your audience has gotten larger because of the great content you put out there. And the reason
go ahead. Because I'm not on TikTok to totally entertain. I mean, I tried a few of those and they did okay. But it's all about, I'm not a creator, okay? I'm not a digital influencer. I'm doing mortgages. So you got to choose. Look, if you really think you're going to be a influencer creator, that's totally different. But my videos are just to educate people. I'm not looking to get 50,000 views. It's not going to happen because I'm not that interesting and my topic's not that interesting. So I just want, my views range from 200 to 6,000, I think I got on a couple, you know, which is pretty good. You know, it's not like influencer status or anything like that, but I'm really just trying to get, and it is my unique selling proposition, right? Is I'm educating you on mortgages, right? And I'm educating you on rates. I'm making you more educated. That's what I'm bringing, you know, and that's basically what I think you should do is just try to educate. Don't worry about trying to, if you really want to, you know, throw in an entertainment video, you can, but to start doing that, that's when there's a lot of time consuming stuff that goes into it. And I don't really have time for that.
Got it. Good. Anybody else? Well, I think we've got.
John.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just have a quick idea because I do think that if we're gonna do this, you know, I'm gonna try for sure to do it once a week. That's my promise. Whether I showed up or my kids or something, but I'm gonna try. And I think that we should have a way to share it in a group. So I don't know if maybe we can put it on the Collaboration Cafe, or because if we're gonna do it about a listing, then I would love for it to see it, you know, like maybe we can find a way where we can all share the videos.
I think that's a great idea, Maria. And I think the more, because I was on, someone was sharing with me what they do in their group. If you share if you share people's listings in that, that's how everyone's gonna get higher up in the algorithms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The more
And-
we share, the better it is. So if we can put it somewhere, whether it is the Collaboration Cafe or we want to open
I
something.
say put it on the Collaboration Cafe and then we can share it from there, I think.
Well, it's a private group, so it's harder to share.
Yeah, we can't share it.
Can we
I
make
try
it
to
a-
share Sean's video via
Well,
collaboration.
why don't we make it a public group? Does it have to, it doesn't have to be a private group.
Well,
If you make the collaboration cafe, I'm sorry, go ahead, John.
no, you had Mary.
If you go ahead and make the collaboration cafe public, then we could be able to share everything in collaboration to everybody.
Yep.
Okay,
And
I'll
even,
make
you
a
know,
note on
say that we're talking about, because I think that we're gonna become a resource. When this happens in July, we're gonna become a resource with a Collaboration Cafe of ideas too. You know,
Right.
so maybe that will bring more people to EXP actually.
I agree.
You know, so we can use it for a little bit of everything, I think.
And I'm sure many of you are doing this already, but if you know, make sure you, if you haven't, connect with everybody on the call on Facebook. And every time they post something, if Ed's got a new listing, I'm sharing it. Okay.
Yeah.
When we get a new listing, we got to tag John and Deb. Okay. And you know, the Jersey group got to do that. And so, you know, there's reciprocation here and sharing in all the good news. If anybody here has a listing, our group has a new listing, okay, is creating that atmosphere of, wow, they're a high producing group and collaborating, etc. So, and I think many of us do that already. And if not, try to do that in the future. But Karen, so maybe we make that Collaboration Cafe public and let's just post our videos there.
Yeah.
And one more thing that I wanted to share before you go, there's apparently these ladies opened the Palm Harbor pitch. For anybody and everybody that wants to go to a pitch in Palm Harbor, I can put the information if you want
Sure.
on the chat, but there's a lot of you guys that I have one in Palm Harbor right now. So I'm going to go for sure on Wednesday, but they're starting it. So I think that, you know, that will be good. The one in St. Pete is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
So
and
let
for
me,
the newer folks, a pitch is simply a group event where you're going there and sharing with others your listings, or you're having an open house this weekend, etc. That's what that's all about. So can't hurt, Mayor.
That's funny because we tried that North Pinellas pitch last year. Remember that, John?
Yeah.
With camera.
Yeah.
It lasted about a month. I
It
think.
lasted one day because we weren't in charge. If we were in charge, they would have.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, anything else, anybody? Mr. Moise, happy birthday. Dawn, I'm so happy to see you and that you're feeling better, obviously. Honored that you join us every Monday. And anything else anybody want to share? No? Okay. Anyways, thank you everybody for being here today. We will more to come with our ongoing Saturday morning trainings. Karen and I will put something together for the buyer broker agreement, elevator pitches, start thinking about your unique value proposition. You all have them. And Mary, even though you're new, and Nick, that you're new, you guys have a unique value proposition to include being part of the Legendary Home Group. Okay. So
Well, you guys are awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yep, thank you.
our pleasure,
Okay,
guys.
to be
Everybody-
consistent, we're gonna do another
Oh,
screenshot.
yes, Jimmy, I
of-
forgot.
Oh.
All right, 3, 2, 1, smile. Awesome, thank you.
Hey, Eric, thanks for joining us today down there. Appreciate it. Didn't forget you, but we're always glad.
Yeah, no problem.
Glad you're part of the team. Thank you, Eric.
We'll put
Yeah, thank you.
All right, everybody have a great day.
Jim, you're gonna put a birthday cake on John's face, John Moise's face.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Okay.